Hello, this is Fergus Hodgson with the Ferg Running Channel, and I have another review for you. I'd like to give you a little bit of context to these lovely Rincon 3s by Hoka. So I'll give you my personal experience, the pros, the cons, and then let's say the target market that would want to consider this shoe. Okay. So the backstory is just that I've had some Achilles problems and I've been running mainly in these very flat Ultra. These are the Ultra Taurin 4.5s. I run in the very, like the zero drop shoes. And someone recommended I try some more basic trainers. And they just happened to be a brand representative at one of my group runs. So he gave me, he gave everyone a trial to a Hoka shoe. So I took him up on the offer. And so I didn't do as much research into the shoes as I normally would, but because I got to try them on myself, of course, that really smoothed over the purchase. And I bought these. So I've done about 50 miles of training in them. And I've taken them for a few different runs. I've gone into some hill off-road runs, some gravel runs. I've done a little bit of quicker work, some group runs, so longer ones. So I've really put it through its paces. Now, the context is that the Hoka 3s, and they've only had small adjustments relative to the Hoka 2s. They go for $125 to $150, depending on the website you go for or the store you go for. And so the pros, and these are my personal experience, but initial pro is that these are incredibly comfortable. They are just such a joy to run in, right? So someone described it as pillowy, and I agree that the cushioning here is just incredible, right? Beautiful cushioning, very soft. It just feels so fluffy as you run in them. And I should have said before that they have just a very intermediate 5 millimeter or half of a centimeter drop from heel to toe, which I think is a very handy or useful kind of intermediate. So it's not the zero drop of the ultras, but it is not a huge drop either. So it's a nice intermediate drop. The other strengths are, so it's very light. So it's not only very cushioned, but it's also very light. That's why it just feels so great to run and really enjoyable. And they have a comfortable, sturdy upper. People have noted that the tongue can come down a little bit, and that's true. Not that it's a big deal. I really don't mind, but it is true that it can kind of, I guess, get a bit lower in there. But in general, they have a very comfortable, snug upper. There's plenty of breathability through here. So what are the negatives? It does have a very pointy toe box, right? So anyone who runs in ultras, which have lovely wide toe boxes, will feel like other shoes are pointy. These ones do feel pointy. And so if you're looking between two sizes, right? So I go between a 10 and a half and 11 US, and I definitely needed the 11 in this. So I recommend going the half size up if you're choosing between. So especially because of the pointy toe box, right? It does feel a bit awkward compared to the ultras. The other negatives, I do believe that the sole is not the most durable. You can see here that it's vulnerable, it's open, right? And the rubber here is not so thick. Apparently they made it more durable, but I don't know how much more. It's very open, so to me it looks like it'll wear down quickly. Right, I've only, like I said, run about 50 miles in it, but my sense is it will really take a hit, and is not that great for the, let's say, trail runs or gravel runs, because they'll go straight into the cushioning as opposed to rubber, which I would prefer to cover more of the sole, the base of the shoe. So it's not suitable for time trials or racing. When you get so much lovely cushioning, which, like I said, is really enjoyable, the trade-off is that it's not so responsive. It's not so sharp and quick, right? Like I said, it's not so great for the gravel or trail runs, nor is it so great for racing. But that's not what it's for, right? This is the bottom line is this is suitable for a regular, everyday training shoe that you can enjoy. And for people who don't have pronation problems or stability problems, this is a beautiful, enjoyable shoe that is particularly good actually if you want to alternate, right? So if you like the zero drop ultras, and or maybe you have racing flats or whatever that you like to alternate with, this to me is a great shoe to cycle in, enjoyable. Like I said, maybe not so durable, but if you're cycling, that's not such of a big of an issue if you're rotating. So I do think this is a great shoe for that purpose, and I will continue to use it. It also, for those who are looking to buy it, it comes in 12 colors, which is lovely also, because I personally like the more traditional blues or maybe like the cream or gray. But if you like the spicy colors, they've got them for you. So I'll put a link below in the description to this, to where you can buy a pair if you want to get a pair of Hoka Rincon 3s. And please don't hesitate to share feedback. I'd love to hear more discussion about these. So otherwise, thanks for listening, and don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more discussion of running, rowing, and nutrition. Cheers.